The next is Honorable Festus Kwofie. The next person is Honorable Dr. Amin.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Where's Festus?
Backbencher.
Yes.
Yes.
It's your turn.
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity given me to contribute on the motion moved by the Honorable Patrick Boama on the State of the Nation address delivered by our President, Nana Akufo-Addo. Mr. Speaker, the statement that was given by the President was just very diverse, no ambiguity, very resilient, and it indicated a healthy economy. Mr. Speaker, the NPP government in 2009 inherited an economy that has, in 2016 had serious, deeper structured challenges. Mr. Speaker, the economy was in shambles. There was really instability in the economy. No wonder 4 years ago when the President was in this very house during the 7th Republic, giving the State of Nation address, Mr. President was compelled to make certain commitments, and one was to restore and maintain the macroeconomic stability, and two, to apply every monetary and fiscal policy to ensure that interest rate burden and tax burden on individual and institutions are reduced. And that is exactly what the President did. On the 20, in the statement, page 3, paragraph 2, the President indicated, Mr. Speaker, the permission to read. Between 2017 and the first quarter of 2020, we had made considerable gains in the management of the national economy, where we witnessed annual GDP growth of 7%, single-digit inflation, reduced inflation deficits, 3 consecutive years of primary surpluses, a relative stable exchange rate, significant improvement in the current accounts, and strong foreign exchange reserves, markedly reduced lending rates, and applicable job creation. Mr. Speaker, in 2016, the GDP growth of the economy was 3.4%. When NPP government took over a year after, this growth went to 8.1%, and average 2018 and 2019, we had 6.4%. Unfortunately, in 2020, because of COVID, we had 1.1% growth. Even that, the World Bank has anticipated or had a forecast that across the South African region, they are expecting 3.2 growth of GDP. However, Mr. President made it in his statement address that he is going to put every resource together to ensure that the GDP growth of the economy gets to 5% per annum. Mr. Speaker, in 2016, the policy rate that was left behind by NDC was 25%. As we speak,
Honorable Member, I recognize this is your first time, and so I gave you the latitude to do what you are doing. But please, if you may read Order 89. Order 89. I'm sure you have your standing orders with you. Have you got your standing orders with you?
Yes.
Yes. Read okay. Order 89 and be guided by it.
A member shall not read his speech, but may read extracts. Yes. From written or printed documents in support. of his argument and may refresh his memory by reference to notes.
Yes.
Yes.
Read that
So, to these are notes.
Honorable Member, I haven't heard you.
Mr. Speaker, I said a member shall not read his speech, but may read extract from the written or printed document in support of his argument.
So you have taken a cue.
Yes, so I've taken a cue of that.
Honorable Member, read the standing orders. I'm not asking you to give me commentary.
The 89. Yes. A member shall not read his speech, but may read extracts from written or printed document in support of his argument, and may refresh his memory by reference to the notes.
Yes. So I said be guided by that.
Yes, so I'm being guided by that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Speaker, in 2016, the policy rate of the economy was 25%. As we speak, the rate is 14.5%. Interest rate, which is the treasury bill that we inherited, was 17.5%. As we speak, the 90-day is 30.5%. Inflation, which was 19.2%, now is 10.4%. And the average lending rate, which was also 34%, is currently around 21%, which most banks are lending below 21%. The cedi depreciation, which was 17.5% on average, last year recorded 4.0%. International reserves, which in the past, Ghanaians have been very comfortable with 2.5 months, we each up to 3.6 in 2019, and as we speak, the international reserve is 4.1 months over. The non-performing loans, which measures the composite of loans that are granted that are not performing, in 2016 was 17.5. As we speak, it's 10.5%. If we discount the loss, we should arrive at 6.5%. And these are factors that want to put together, plus the interest rates and the policy rates have really affected the lending rate of banks in the country. Mr. Speaker, the national debt, which has been a topical issue, I'm glad our colleagues admitted that in 2016, when the NDC was leaving power, the national debt was 122 billion.
You are doing very well.
Mr. Speaker, the national debt currently is 286 million. There's no doubt about that. 286 million. However, most of the loans that were contracted before 2017, we have about 70% of it that were in foreign currency. And between 2008 and 2016, which was under the management of NDC, the cedi depreciated by 208%. So, if we are looking at the cumulative figure currently, the 286 million, which is equivalent to 50.2 billion. As at 2017, the 122 billion is equivalent of $31.4 billion. Yes. $34 billion. To date is 50.2. So the difference between 2016 and 2020 is 19 billion. However, between 2009 and 2016, NDC added $22 billion to our loan debt. If we want to go back, between 1990 and 2000, the debt component was 2.8 billion, and it went up to 9.07 billion. NDC added 7 billion. Under the Kwofie regime, NPP added 2 billion. So if you look at the 30-year loan, NDC has added $29 billion to the loan debt, whereas NPP has added $21 billion to the national debt. So,
Continue.
this demonstrates that the loan book as it is has largely been contributed by NDC. And NPP is a better manager when it comes to debt management. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the annual debt reports here that I'm holding, page 23, section number table 3.1, it tells you the bad loan structure that we inherited in 2017. Mr. Speaker, my submission is that NPP is a better manager than NDC. Thank you very much.
Honorable member, you have done well. You've been guided by the standing orders. Please develop the courage to speak out viva voce without reading. It's something that you have to learn on your feet. And so when we are drawing your attention, we are not intimidating you. We want you to learn. And I saw after that, you read small and then you contributed, you referred to documents, and you did very well. Congratulations.
Thank you.